Hello everyone. How are you guys doing? Isiam, I'm just wondering if we are streaming on Instagram.
Yes, you are.
I'm wondering if you are. I don't think you are.
Doesn't matter.
Do you want to just join in? Do you want to do a live?
No, let's do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay. So how are you doing, Isiam?
very good. Welcome everybody. Welcome from. We have people from YouTube watching us. Welcome everybody.
Welcome everyone. So I just wanted to say hi to Dominic and Iker. I think they're watching us. Are they watching us? I think they are. So I just wanted to say hi to them. So yes, today, welcome everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm just gonna turn off my phone. I thought that we might do a live on Instagram at the same time. So we're going to explore a fascinating and ancient concept that has captured the attention of people worldwide for millennia. Okay, that is the karma topic. Okay, we will delve into its origins and how it is interpreted in different cultures, and how we can apply these ancient wisdom to our modern lives.
So get ready to better understand how our actions shapes our destiny. Due to its antiquity and the influence that Hindu cultures have had through history, the idea of karma has been adopted by various ancient societies and has blended with religions born in the southern part of the continent.
Yeah, so we have a newcomer. It says yes. And hello. That's awesome.
Welcome. Hi, Dominic. Hi, Iker.
Welcome, guys. So, yeah, at its core, you see, guys, karma refers to the law of cause and effect, where a person's good or bad actions influence their future. Okay. The idea here is that every action generates energy that eventually returns to the doer. Okay. So if you do good things, you reap good. If you do bad, then that's what it will come to you later on, unfortunately.
Exactly. And you may wonder what is karma and how it affects your life. What goes around comes around, and what you reap is what you sow. So, are two well known examples of how the concept of karma works. It has several definitions, particularly in Hinduism and Buddhism.
Sorry, I was swallowing my coffee. Cheers, everyone. So, yeah, you see, according to Hinduism, karma is the connection between a person's mental or physical actions, which is kind of obvious, right? It also represents the moral chain of cause and effect that we talk about in another video. If you haven't watched that video, I recommend you to go either on YouTube or our Facebook, which is Isiam Holistics or Rafa Energetics. By the way, Isiam, I would like to tell everyone here that perhaps they might notice that Isiam is not doing a live on Facebook. The reason is because they change the rules, as they are always changing all these platforms, the rules, right? And it says that you have to have at least 100 followers so you can do a live. And Isiam is almost there. So please, if you are watching us on YouTube or Instagram, please go to her Facebook, and you can find her as Isiam Holistics. And please follow her so she can start also doing these lives with me on Facebook. The main thing that we're trying to do, guys, is to um, give you all the knowledge that we have gathered and be able to awaken more people. We're trying to impact as many people as we can. Right, Isiam? So if you can follow her, it will be awesome. Share this live. Share if you have something that you want to also talk about the karma. If you have any questions, you can also let us know. Okay? All yours, Isiam.
So, in the Buddhist culture, the concept of cause and effect is known as karma. It is the result of an action which can be verbal, mental, or even physical, and depends on both the act and the intention of the person. The idea of karma is that all the bad and all the good that we do will return to us in the form of consequences of the same value as the action is taken. If you do
Yeah,
good, you're gonna be good.
that's right, DCM. You see, it's the chain of cause and effect that we were talking about, right? Is the actions that they're present and like the present actions that you're taking right now, obviously, or past life. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that later on. What we are now is the results, okay? The result of the conditions of our past, okay? So remember, we're always creating for good or bad. We are the creators of our own reality. We're gonna keep saying it over and over because there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, you are just creating. So either for good or for bad. Okay, so that's why when we say that we will be in the future, well, we will be determined by the conditions of the present, okay? And one of the main determining factors of what we will be in the future is our current behavior. So our actions determine who we are. By starting to change our behavior, okay, we also begin to make ourselves different, okay? So this is the root of all creativity. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Every moment of life presents an infinite series of possibilities.
Exactly, our personality and who we are shaped through our karma. That is, our actions and will. Karma is often misunderstood as divine punishment. However, quite the contrary, the law of karma only suggests that actions that do willingly and consciously are the ones that carry inevitable consequences. If you do it unconsciously, then you don't have to worry about the karma.
That's right. It's only if you're doing it with that malicious intention, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it can be ECM very difficult, okay, for people to believe in karma when we witness, right, how dishonest and cruel people are in positions of authority, right? Um, and, and how they succeed in life, or when good people endure hardships and die young, okay, and that's understandable, okay. But also we have to remember that we kind of decide what experiences we're going to have in this lifetime, okay. So that's a little more um, advanced, but we have to kind of understand, okay, all these different principles. So many people only invest in karma when things are thought or out of their control, like when they're in a health or when they're deteriorating, right? Basically, when they're about to die.
Exactly. And here it's important to highlight something that karma can be individual or collective. For example, individual karma is created by a person's thoughts, words, or actions. But when people act as a group, like when soldiers use weapons or when a religious group prays or meditate, they are creating this collective karma or even this collective dharma.
Yeah, there are good and bad ones, right, Sam? Good deeds done for others lead to a good one, obviously. While intentional, okay, so that's what Sam was saying, it has to be intentional. But intentional harm done to others leads to a bad one, okay? The actions that you're taking considered unfavorable, non-virtuous, or destructive if they result in lasting pain and suffering. And we're going to talk a little bit about later on about this, okay? Why we're saying lasting pain and suffering. You're going to understand a little bit more.
If your actions are considered constructive, positive, and virtues with the result in happiness, their results can be classified as good. But if you have bad thoughts and betrayed and hatred and all this bad stuff, then you can expect bad results in your life.
That's right. You see, karma has four fundamental principles. The smallest actions can cause immense happiness or great sadness. What might be considered as a small act of goodwill can be harmonious, very big for another person, right? In the same way that a brief, harmful comment, okay, that you can even put on YouTube or whatever in social media, that you don't think that it might be harmful, or if it is a very small, harmful way, like, oh, Rafael, like your hair is not looking great. It can become very lasting impact for other ones, right? If I take it like seriously, I'll be like, oh my god, that person is saying this about me. So don't say that.
Another important thing to say is that karma is not transferable. That is, if you are the only one responsible of your karmic experience, no one else can experience your karma for you.
Yeah,
Only
it's not like you get a free pass, right? Like I can do something and then Isiam can do it for me. Like I can do bad things and then expecting Isiam to pay for it, right? That's not how that works, okay? So uncommitted actions will not give you the results that you desire. You must fully commit to the actions or the intention to achieve the results that you desire.
and the effects of karmic actions will not disappear on their own. Whether the results are positive or negative, you must experience them personally, or you can use spiritual practice to purify these karmas.
Yeah, you see, according to Hindus and Buddhists, to favorably transit the path towards evolution in in this aspect, right? Then or in the next lives, one must follow the laws of karma. What? The laws? You're talking about there's different laws, Rafael? Yeah, there's 12 of them. Ah, right? I don't think that you guys knew about this. And if you did, let us know. So the some of the laws that I'm going to mention here, and if I am forgetting one, is let me know. Okay, help me out.
Okay.
We have the cause and effect that we already did a video on it. Okay, the law of creation, the development, responsibility, humility. Okay, what else is here?
Oh, there's the law of connection, the law of focus, generosity, the law of the present, the law of change, the patient, and the law of inspiration.
That one, patience, it's a bit challenging, right? For a lot of people, especially people that have kids, right, Isiam?
Right.
Yeah. So, no higher power grants rewards or punishments in Buddhist philosophies. Okay. So we were doing the live in Spanish, and someone brought it up. It's kind of saying like, if you do this, God will punish you. That's what I'm talking about here, right? There's no such a thing. Okay. At least for the Buddhist philosophy. In simpler terms, act with purpose and pay attention to the results. You are responsible for your own actions and results, right?
Exactly.
In other words, accidental events do not count, like Isen was saying, towards the karmic justice or consequences, because karma, it is based on intention. Okay?
Exactly. And difficulties in life can arise from these emotions. So the golden rule here is of treat others as you would like to be treated. This is often very related to the karma. Our behavior can be shaped by the fear of consequences or the hope of future rewards. It's up to you.
It's all up to you guys. You see, the premise allows for a spiritual life, okay, as understood by Buddha, okay? By changing our behavior, we also change. And that's the thing, right? With a lot of people say, oh, I want a session because I want to change that person. Like, no, 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 no. Let's change ourselves first. When we change ourselves, then you see the different perspective in other people's are changing. They're not changing, you are changing. By you changing, because we're all one, they're changing. Does it make sense? I hope it does. Okay? This is the foundation of creativity. Okay? We are not destined to repeat past patterns, but to transform into a new person. And what happens all the time? We keep repeating the patterns over and over, like the wheel that Isian was talking about, right? We keep repeating those patterns. And we know that most of those patterns sometimes are not even our own. They're coming from our past, from our ancestors. We're going to talk a little bit about it later. But to transform, okay, into a new person, okay, every moment our life is fulfilled with infinite possibilities. So it's just up to you guys.
And positive will based on generosity, love, and clarity produce positive results from a karmic point of view, moving us away from deception and leading us toward enlightenment. And negative will based on greed, hatred, and spiritual ignorance keep us in this samsara, spinning in a wheel, in an infinitive wheel of repetitive or an habitual dependence.
Okay. See, I thought that you said before the wheel. That's why I said like what Isiam said. But I forgot that you said it in Spanish. That's probably what I was saying, like Isiam was saying, right? That's interesting. Yeah, because we did the Spanish. We do the Spanish first, and then we do the English. But now, see, Isiam just reaffirmed what I was saying. Good, Isiam. So in Buddhism, okay, it is taught that the effects of karma do not always manifest immediately, okay? Because some people say like, well, I did bad, but it hasn't shown, so I guess there's no such a thing as karma. But sometimes they materialize long after, even in the future life, meaning in the next life, okay? In fact, there are three different kinds of karma here. We have the direct karma, okay, where you do something to someone, okay, so this is something direct, you're doing something to the person, okay, and it can affect you in the next life. And that's one of the worst things, because the next life, you don't remember. If something is affecting you right now, you don't have a recollection of what happened in a past life, right? Now you're paying for it now.
And there is the other one is indirect karma, and that is transmitted by an ancestor by incorrect actions that they did in their life, and it is affecting you now as a part of this clan, as a part of the family. So this is often seen in transgenerational aspects. We see it a lot of the time.
We see it a lot of time, yes. Especially, we're doing a course, it's going to be in Spanish, at least at the beginning, about how transgenerational all these, everything that comes from our ancestors, and that we kind of bring it out here and there in our lives, right? That there's traumas that might be coming from our ancestors, and they're affecting us now. And so we have the partially indirect karma, which involves actions where your ancestors, siblings, family, partners, or children's have interact with other people from other lives and cause them discomfort. Exactly. So the first one is direct, you against another person, right? Okay. Then we have the indirect karma, that it is your ancestors, you, like imagine these 2 points here, this is you at the top, you didn't do it, but your ancestors did it. So that's the indirect, okay? And now it's affecting you. And we have, so imagine here is the ancestors, right? This is you. And then in the middle, it is the other people, your siblings or ancestors even, that they're doing things to others. And that's what happens, and you probably have noticed that perhaps your best friend's girlfriend, you just meet her, and then you two don't like each other. It might be because there's a partial indirect karma there. So if you don't like someone, right, like your mother-in-law as an example, things like that, it might be an indirect partial karma there. And that's one of the reasons. And like Isiam, you were saying something, I don't know if you want to bring it out, that how things work in a certain time of our life when karma starts coming up.
Or it could be between 40s and 45 years old when you are that kind of range of age.
That's right. So what happens there, is it okay if I explain a little bit about
Yeah,
this?
sure. Go ahead.
So yeah, because I think that what she said in Spanish, that was amazing, and I'm thankful for that. And it is that around 45, okay, 40, 45, like she says, most people start having aches and pains, right? And me, that I focus on people that have unexplained chronic pain, right? That they have going to the doctors and the pain hasn't, like alleviated, or only with pills and so on, and they don't know what it is. And that's when they say, oh, it is just old age, right? And it's not. Our body is so powerful that it should be regenerated within a year. Okay, our whole body, all the organs, bones, everything. And if it is not, if you have pain for over a year, that means that there are things. Uh, Remember, guys, that we were talking about a river, right? The river is flowing, and if you start putting rocks in the middle of the river, it blocks the river. So the energy, imagine there being the river, is not flowing. So then that means that one of those rocks might be a karma, or might be
Exactly.
a trauma, or might be imbalances, trapped emotions, and so on that is affecting. And that's what we have discovered, that by releasing all those different blocks, then the energy, okay, keeps flowing, and then the body can do the rest, which is heal itself. Okay, so then from 40 to 45, you start experiencing pains, and it is because the karma now is starting to come
Exactly.
through, right? So
Very, very interesting.
you see, over the centuries, followers of Buddhism have claimed that the cycle of rebirth is not limited solely to this earthly existence, where we transform at every moment, but also transcends the apparent boundary of death, where our will shapes that way that we are born.
And in this context, rebirth should not be confused with reincarnation. It does not imply that an immutable spiritual essence is transferred to another body when the first has completed its cycle. What happens is that the constant change continues its course, similar to how a flame advances through the branches, passing one through another. So this flame never stops transforming. So this is the same way that it's never the same self that is reborn.
Yep, the idea of rebirth, it is difficult to accept for some Western Buddhists, okay? And not only the Western Buddhists, but there is some evidence, whether empirical or otherwise, that reinforces the theory of rebirth.
And there is a whole series of studies on this subject, such as hypnotic regression or the involuntary recall of details about your past life, or maybe the near death experience, or the cases of child's prodigies like Mozart, who performed and composed at the age of 4 years. So there's a lot
Yeah,
of cases.
there's a lot of things going on, right? There's actually this guy, Michael Newton, I believe his name is, where he has two different books, The Journey of Souls. I really recommend you to obtain those books. He starts regressing his patients, and starts guiding them after death, okay, in past lives,
Mhm.
what happened after death. And then he starts to write everything, and that's why it's called the Journey of Souls, because he recollects all what happens after death and all the journey of the different souls. It is amazing. I really recommend it. Okay, so likewise, some maintain that there is more evidence of the continuation of consciousness, which that's what we are, okay, after death, that of its ends. A theory is that by definition is not subject to empirical determination.
Mhm.
Now, if we consider, okay, our own experience very carefully, we will be able to observe that the process of rebirth takes place through life. It
Mhm.
actually seems, Isiam, that we die and we are reborn continuously. Isn't it that awesome if you think in it that way?
Yeah. And thus, as we always renew ourselves, we are never exactly the same from the one day to the next. And view it this way, the idea that the will that determines that rebirth continues operating after death does not seem very far fetched, Rafa.
No, it does not, right? Unless you keep in the loop, like Isiam saying, the will, right? In
Hmm.
conclusion here, karma, it is based on the idea that our actions and intentions have consequences. If we act with kindness and compassion, that returns to us in some way. Similarly, if your intentions are negative, that also affects our karma.
But karma is not just about rewards and punishments. It is also an invitation to reflection and personal growth. It invites us to be aware of our actions and their repercussions, promoting a life of compassion, ethics, and responsibility. And you don't have to be afraid about karma because this karma helps you to be in a constant revolution and evolution and a spiritual evolution of yourself.
That is great, and something that I'm just gonna be quite honest. Something that I would say we, because we just learned that at least I didn't know. I don't know if you knew, Isiam, that karma was that you were able to liberate karma. Do you know this before?
Hmm.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that you could liberate the karma before it happens to you. So if you feel like I would say, right, that there's those aches, those pains are still in your body and they're still there, and if might be because of the trauma, other things, right, or it could be karma. But the good news is that you you are capable to release the karma, to release either vows, contracts that you have made before you come to earth, because you are the creator of your own reality. You can choose if you wanna deal with it before it even happens. Okay, so if you are one of those people that are in pain and you have been experiencing that for years, like migraines, immense headaches, pains that are not going away, might be because of this. And if you want to explore more in detail, you can contact us or someone that knows how to clear all these different things, someone that resonates with you. That's the most important thing. Okay, remember, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, actually TikTok. I cannot do lives on TikTok, so if you can follow me on TikTok, that'll be awesome. If you can follow Isiam on Facebook as well, so then we can start doing lives for her in Facebook, okay, at Isiam Holestes. Anything else, Isiam, you want to add up before we go?
I just want to thank you, the people who is here right now at Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you so much for being with us every week.
Thank you so much, guys. And don't forget to share, to like, to subscribe if you're not subscribed with our channels. And the thing here is that we want more people to know about all these things because we are not destined to suffer, right? So we are here to awaken. So we're trying to awaken the most people as we can. So if you help us sharing this information, if it resonates with you, it will help us definitely to be able to reach more people. So
as my son said, sharing is caring.
sharing is caring. That's right. Okay,
Right,
so
Dominic?
thank you guys so
Okay.
much for being here with us. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. All Canadians, happy Canadian Day. I hope you guys are enjoying this long weekend. Bye.
Bye, Rafa. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. See you next week.